Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. There seems to be some confusion about asking questions. I do apologize for any trouble you guys are having. So I just want to say right at the top, well, first of all, for anybody watching on replay, hello, you can go down into the description box and all the questions are there and I'll timestamp them as I go. So you can go right down and you can click on the numbers and go straight to whatever you're interested in. So, and I do that every day. And it also allows for if you click on the name of the channel, it'll go to the page for the channel, and there's a search bar just below the banner that will allow you, if you're interested in something, you can just put that in and see if it was covered. So, and because they're all time-stamped, all of them. And I'm here 365 days of the year. I was starting to put a community post up on YouTube with links for the week to the individual live streams, because YouTube doesn't create a list. You can't easily access upcoming live streams. So I created a list. It apparently created some confusion though, because that was to give you links to and for you to go into the chat on that day and put in your questions, because if you put your questions in under that in that community post, it takes me too much time to see that. This is just me here. There's a lot to juggle. It's to do all the graphics and all the social media, the links, the readings, the overlays, the hair, the makeup, the nails, today's nails. I call these my well, it doesn't matter what I call them. You're okay, sweetie. You're okay. He's a good boy. You're doing okay. Are you doing okay, good boy? So, we have Boo Boo over here. Oh, he'll turn around at some point. But anyway, it can be causing some confusion. And Electra says, make sure you put your question in the day of and closer to viewing time, otherwise your question will disappear. I know. There must be an easier way to do this, but maybe I'll just have to start getting questions out of the comments. But I do need this to be, I do really want a lot of these readings to be timely. So if you put questions in the comments, it may not be first come, first serve. So things may have disappeared early. I feel really bad because you guys are you're kind enough to give questions, and they're important to me. You're important to me. I wish this is, barely a part-time job. I can't afford. I have a friend of mine who will kick in and grab questions for me when I'm running late, out of the goodness of her heart. But I can't really afford an assistant. Actually, I can't afford an assistant. If I could do this full-time, I'd be able to really do a lot more, and I'd be a better host. But here we are. So, anyway. All right, so we'll work it out. All right, we'll work it out one way or the other. I do have questions for today, and boy, we've got doozies. All kind of interesting stuff. So, does the pin have any significance? The pin, let's see if I can lean forward over my standing desk. The pin is just a gorgeous fall leaf with multicolored little crystal-y things in it. So at the end, I'll take it off and I'll show it to you. But for now. All right. Linda, maybe stop doing questions. Just pick what's newsworthy and timely. Less frustration for us. But your questions are important to me. Anyway. I don't know what deck to use. I'm just going to use Good Old Faithful. I'll just use Good Old Faithful today. All right. And chat does come up with great questions. Okay. There seems to be sort of semi-arguing going on in the chat. It's making me very uncomfortable. Just so you know. Okay. Oh, we're starting with Dan Scavino, White Dragon. Oh, yes, we are. White Dragon's asking, I wonder if Dan Scavino, who's in obvious hiding, will have an arrest warrant issued. Oh, that's where we're starting. 6:15. Scavino. So basically, the January 6th Select Committee is trying to, they're trying to serve him with a subpoena. However, they can't find him. But he's been on social media. So can't you go to the social media companies and be like, hi. So I want to know, are they going to find him? Are they going to arrest him? Because if you can't be served, you can't be served. I mean, they generally won't arrest you for that. But there comes a point at which you actually start obstructing justice. If you're on social media and everything on social media is, and your page is saying, they're coming for you. They've issued subpoenas for you. They've issued subpoenas for you. They've issued subpoenas for you. They've issued, where are you? They've issued subpoenas for you. It's not like you can pretend you didn't know. I want to make sure I get this right. House Committee investigating January 6th can't find Trump aide. He was a political advisor as the Deputy Chief of Staff for Communications. That was his job. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, and hugs to the fur babies. Yes, they're good kitties. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Floating Lotus. So, Dan Scavino, where are you? They want to know too. I'm just wanting to know energetically. Dan Scavino. You feel scared. You'd think I'd be getting the I don't answer to you kind of stuff, but what I'm getting is fear. Thank you, Deborah. Just straight up fear. So, what's going to happen to you? Very emotional. It can also be Democratic energy coming for him. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't. He feels like he's between a rock and a hard place, as they all are, because duh. Play fascist games, win appropriate prizes. Floating lotus and fear is what he should be feeling. What you do comes back to you. Yes. Thank you, Jean. Chris says, I keep hearing Autumn's muck. What do you mean muck? All right, 2 of Wands. He was in communications for Trump. The Wands. There we go. 10 of Cups. Page of Swords. 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. He's afraid of the bully at the center. This is what he was doing, but then Democrats took over. This is the bully. He's terrified of speaking. He wants to keep quiet, and it feels like it's like a mental image he's having, although it's probably not literally having, but it's like he's picturing that the Democrats are working hard, just like a mill, just grinding all of these Trump Republicans underfoot. I mean, real extremes. It's like, they just want to talk to you, right? They just have some questions. They're not actually going to like tie you to a rack. They're not going to put you in the old Iron Lady. You're not going to a dungeon. Wow, the fear coming off this guy. It's okay. They're not going to disfigure you. They have some questions. Kristen from Uncovering the News, thank you for bringing the great headlines. Source says Meadows, Bannon, and others will move to undercut the House Select Committee inquiry under instructions from Trump. Well, move to undercut how? That's the question. All right, so Scavino. All right, I need to get away from his fear, because fear is a whirlpool. It's a self-centered whirlpool. You don't see anything out. You don't see the future. You don't see when you're afraid, you're just caught up in your own fear, and that's all your energy's doing. So what's going to happen to Dan Scavino? Joanne, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Yeah. Rob, what? No dungeon? Darn. Renee, I agree. They just need to arrest one person to prove they're serious. Yes. B. Gray harvested 40 pounds of apples from my tree today. It made a pot of apple butter. Oh, I love apple butter. I'm not a pumpkin spice person, but apple butter. Stuff of the gods. Fear is the mind killer, White Dragon. I will let it flow through me. Ooh, big old justice card. Trump boys, what you gonna do? 2 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Emperor. 7 of... Oh, you're really going to try to lie? You're really going to try to obfuscate? Really? Then again, I'm pretty sure he wasn't he the guy who was reading on with Lori, and it came up as he was going to get up there and be like, that day I had a sandwich. I had a really good, it was like a sub sandwich, and I spent most of the day just eating that sandwich. It was really good. That's all I really remember from that day. Well, no, I mean, I guess there are other things that happened, but the sandwich was really what I was focused on because I was really hungry that morning, and it's really, sending out information, or sending out subpoenas, and Democrats working together. This is the plan, but this is the Republican plan, say to try to thwart or whatever, insult to injury. That's Scavino is going to jump on, calling Meadows, calling, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Trump, the emperor, who thinks he's still emperor, being told to lie, or at least obfuscate. I don't know. I don't feel like it. Oh, I have executive privilege. No, you don't. Oh, no, I was told I have executive privilege, so I don't have to answer questions. But it doesn't matter, really. I don't have anything to hide anyway, because that sandwich I had that day was really good. And I got some mayonnaise on my tie. I had to change ties. I remember that. These guys. So, are you going to be seeing the inside of a jail cell, Scavino? Yes, Pamela, there was mayo and pickle on whole grain. We're going to hear all about the sandwich, or whatever stupid thing he chooses to focus on. Burden. Why? You think working for a fascist would leave you with a burden to carry? Shocking. There's the Sun card. There's the Magician card. There's the Sword of Truth. Well, I'm not getting prison, but I am getting oh no, we're looking at reality here. We have information. No, you can't play games. Things coming to light. Sword of Truth. This is absolute glaring truth. Right in the middle, we have the information. And he's burdened. So it's not going to end well for you, Scavino. Not going to work well. Nope. Matter of fact, I'd like to read more on these guys, but I want to make sure I get through these other questions. Azalea, every layer in detail. Yes. And then there was the cheese. And it's important to keep the cheese between them. Teresa says my bet will be a ton of Fifth Amendment declarations or something. Yeah. Apple butter and graham crackers. I think I'm in love with you. Anyway. All right. I don't even know what time. Oh, that was at 6:15. Okay. So now we are moving on at 18:30. We're moving. Flames coming out of my head. Georgia Mayor. Have you heard about this? Georgia Mayor caught making a remark after failing to end a Zoom feed with Black councilman. Georgia Mayor caught making monkey show remark. I didn't get a chance to follow the link yet. So I'm going to grab this and I just need this person's name. Oh, watch. It's on video. This whole thing is a blank. Swainsboro Mayor Charles Schwabe. Make sure your name is there. And okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. There's a picture, so we can all know this person's face. Let's share the picture, shall we? So we all recognize this man. That's him. Okay. That's Mayor Charles Schwabe, city of Swainsboro. Okay. See, are there any other pictures of him? No, but there is a video. There is a video. All right. So just want to make sure that we all know. Okay. Oops. What's going on here? Electra, white people are consistent when it comes to racism. Well, I mean, I would hope I'm not included in that. But, all right, so this jerk. Make sure his name is there. What's going to happen to you, Mayor Charles Schwabe? Electra says, I'm so tired of being hated because of my skin. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's unconscionable. It's disgusting. Racism is vile. Thank you. Don says, but Nikki Haley just said the USA is not a racist country. You worked for whom? Okay, what's going to happen to you, Charles Schwabe? Mayor Charles Schwabe. Charles? You mean like the investment company guy? Same name. Okay. Mayor Charles Schwabe. Mayor Charles Schwabe. What's going to happen to you? You vile human being. Yeah, Renier, we all bleed red. Yes, we do. We all have same. We have feelings. We have, yeah. Anyway, three of wands. Oh, what you put out there. We'll come back to you. All right. Wandering Eyes is now Kathy Lampson. Oh gosh, I have to make a note of that. I don't have a pen handy, but I have to make a note of that. See, you guys are important to me. Wandering Eyes is Kathy Lampson. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Chariot, Hermit. Oh, this is not going to end well for him. Justice. Why has he got a justice card? Well, hopefully the balance, but that feels like legal. 10 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. There's going to be some kind of inquiry. Looking at possible his policies. But I don't know that it does much to swing the balance of power, but at least he will be, at least it didn't just get ignored. There's that. But is this guy going to be able to stay in office? Yes. That's racism. It's the devil. Not the literal devil. There isn't a literal devil, in my opinion. But anyway. White Dragon, yes. X45 made it cool to be racist again. Yes. Love that GM day. We are one. And when we feel it, there isn't room to hate anymore, says Dave. Yes. So, Charles Schwab. Why am I pulling 5 cards? I should have just pulled 3. He doesn't deserve 5. Yeah, this isn't the first time he's said something like that. Or put in policies in place, or 3 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, King of Swords. There's the Lover's card. And the Ace of Cups. I think he could be replaced. It just doesn't feel like he's a big player, like in the big grand scheme of things, but I think he could have some real problems. Democrats are coming up as quite pleased in what ultimately happens here. Yay. Good if we can get one more racist out of power. Hello, please. Okay, thanks. But man. Let me try again. It's cute. Okay. 27. Rhonda wanted to know about Mark Meadows in the next 6 months. Because I can say a lot about what's going to happen to him. Hello, Kitty. He's bathing. He's washing his face. I wish more people understood that we're all connected. And that we're in a sea of energy. We don't... When something heinous happens to somebody, if that energy, everybody has to deal with it. Okay, hang on. That's turned over. Breaking news. Democratic Senator Dick Durbin says he and his colleagues have reached the limits of their patience with Mitch McConnell. Okay, but what does that mean? Oh, breaking. McConnell to propose deal with Schumer to solve the debt impasse. Deal with Schumer. Okay. Because Trump's trying to get them to use it as a bargaining chip. And believe me, when I'm guessing, I don't think it's a stretch to guess that one of the things he wants them to do is say, we're not going to raise the debt limit unless you reinstate Trump. They're not going to, but that's what he wants, I'll bet. I'll bet you a whole nickel. Hey, okay. 28. Let's try 2830. Mark Meadows, you lovely human being. All right, what's going to go on for Mark Meadows for the next 6 months? So it is October, November, December, January, February, March. What do you think, kitten? What's going to happen to Mark Meadows over the next 6 months? Cleaning his shoulders, much more important. Where are you, Mark? He wouldn't like me reading on him. I don't even know if he's religious or not. There's some people I read on, and you just get this sense that they're just like, just evil. It's like, it's not evil. It's how we're all built, but okay. But you have held a position of power. A lot of it. And with a lot of power, you can potentially misuse. Therefore, you are open to be read on. That's how this works. Mark Meadows. Oh, he's so full of himself. He thinks he is all of that. Oh my gosh, the persecution complex. If we're being persecuted. Of course, we did nothing wrong. We just tried to, we're just potentially part of trying to overthrow the country and overthrow democracy. Boys will be boys. Locker room talk. We're being persecuted. Really. Oh, and we're not going to play. We're not going to help. Temperance. Four of Swords. You do not have a legal leg to stand on. To refuse. Queen of Cups. You will be answering questions. Knight of Cups. You'll be answering a lot of questions. A lot of questions that you're not necessarily going to be happy about. He's going to try to refuse. It might even go to court briefly. But he's not going to win. And he's going to answer a lot of questions. Okay. So your next 6 months is just answering questions? I think you'd be making Trump mad by answering questions. Yes, B. Smith, McConnell could start a global depression. I would put absolutely nothing past him. Nothing. Kathy's Gilded Light Tarot says, not seeing Meadows doing well in his future. He's going to be very annoyed. Yes, out in the cold, poor baby, Renier. Mark Meadows, what's going to happen to you? I'm getting just a lot of talking and a lot of, I don't know how to explain the tone. You know how some entitled men, they just talk because they have a right to talk, because I'm just a natural leader and I've worked for what I have. You've been given a whole lot on a plate. You get away with a lot that other people. That's not true. I have my way to. That's what I'm getting. Getting a whole lot of that. Yeah. Chariot. That would be law enforcement or judicial committees or. Here's disappointment. He can try to knock the cups over, but he can't knock them all over. And I'm going to adjust his card right in the middle. For the King of Swords. Oh, that's a prosecutor. And Republican power going. Actually, it doesn't even feel like it's switching back and forth. It feels like it's just tilting. Like, if the committee puts their foot down on him, that's going to have a big effect. And it feels like this. What happens with Meadows? There's something here. This might be minor arcana, but the energy coming off this card is a real tipping point. Really, like. Whew. I like it. Let's do that. Okay. All right. Yeah, privilege. Privilege. Okay, at 3430. 3430. So I'm kind of liking the asymmetrical effect this is creating. It takes a little to make me happy. Like the kitty snoring. Little tiny snores. Little tiny snores. Joe Manchin refuses to consider filibuster reform despite debt ceiling emergency. So I was going to pull 3 cards on each, Manchin and Sinema. See, just check in with what the energy's doing. see, because what I was getting before, I remember reading on changes to filibuster months and months ago, and what I was getting was it'll be no, 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 but things will get pushed and pushed and pushed, and until finally it gets to a point where the Democrats are like, that's it. But the push, it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. So 3 cards wasting, 3 cards on Sinema, 3 cards on Manchin. All right, what about the filibuster? Sinema and Manchin. Or should we just call him Yachtsman? Manchin, Yachtsman. Seems like fitting. Oh, it's an institution. Yes. And the filibuster is a Jim Crow era. And then you can stop right there, because as soon as you find out something is Jim Crow era, that is reason enough to pull it out by its roots and yeet it into the stratosphere. My opinion. Sinema. Page of Pentacles. Expect nothing from her. She thinks she's getting big money. The reality is she's not getting big money. She's getting a lot of campaign donations she can't use for personal uses. And she's getting a lot of promises. She's being used by the right. She really is. I'm not just being like, I don't like her, I'm going to say bad things about her. No, she's being used. But she just sees that sweet, sweet money, and now she feels important, and she's being completely manipulated. And she's allowing herself to be, because morals, a moral center, a belief system, nope. Manchin, there's chaos. There is the 2 of Pentacles and the Magician. Maybe. If things get bad enough, maybe he might be willing to bend a little. But that, without them both going, we don't have 50. We can't reform the filibuster. Very frustrating, but we'll get through it. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for her either. No. Let's see here. I saw something. Kristen, thank you. Uncover the news. Breaking. Trump plans to launch his own social media site. And the details are the most closely guarded secrets in Trump world. He considered calling it Trump it, but was afraid people would mock it as Trumpet the Puppet. Doesn't even rhyme. Not really. Trumpet the puppet, trumpet the puppet. That's not. Don't go into rap. Never good at the rhyming thing. And who would have thought of that? If you were going to make fun of a Trump social media site, Trumpet the Puppet, Trump it, and that's the worst you could come up with, girl. Stand back. I bet right now Twitter's got 47 better insults than that. Yeah, so we can come up with something way better than that. Yeah. Oh, man. Joanne was saying she was walking down the hall. Is this Sinema? Well, she was walking down the hall with her cape dress on and did a Devil's Wear Prada move and practically threw her coat at her assistant. She's on an ego trip. Oh, yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. But anyway. Anyway. 40-30. Got that. This kind of goes along with what was earlier. This is White Dragon's question. Will there be arrests in those who ignore? Should be who ignore. Who ignore the subpoenas issued by the January 6th committee. Okay. Issue arrests. Bailey's just over here just snoozing away. Ace of Pentacles. It's just a lump of Republican energy. Okay, that's refusal to cooperate. We got this first on earlier, too. We're not going to help you. We're not going to do anything. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. And that's going to come to a swift and resounding end. That is the World card. End of the chapter, end of the book. There's a lot of legal worry. And there are prosecutors. I would say yes. I would say they are very serious. Sorry about the phone. It's not mine. I would say they are very serious about holding these people accountable. Wow, there's so much noise. Sorry. Dump it, trumpet. Yeah. Hang on. Hello, sweetness. You're all right. You're all right. Okay, we're okay. You're okay. Oh, he's a good boy. I'll be quieter now. Okay, so yeah, this is not good for them. This is the January 6th committee going. I sound like I'm in an office. This is a January 6th committee just holding everybody accountable. So I like it. Let's do that. Yes, please. All right, 4330. 4330. Oh. Kristen had a headline, a bombshell new report reveals that OANN, the ultra right-wing network, is the brainchild of AT&T, which has given it 90% of its revenue. Really? American Telegraph and Telephone, how far you have fallen. Ma Bell, my foot. What happened to AT&T? What's going to happen to AT&T? I'm glad I don't knowingly do anything with them. How dare they? Yeah. What? Electra's saying, I have to use them for my mother since Verizon bailed on us. I believe my parents use Consumer Cellular. They're pretty good. AT&T, what's going to happen to you? Yeah, Tree's saying, I wonder how many people are going to change their cell carriers today. But they're the only ones offering service where Floating Lotus is. I understand that. I mean, if it's literally your only option, you have to. But other than that, if there's any option, strength. Yeah, we are this orange beast of fascism and racism and all. We are quieting this down. No, she has a landline, not a cell phone. She doesn't like cell phones. Okay. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Oh, yeah. So you're taking all that money and funneling it into these bullies. Ace of Wands. Who are trying to take action and foment insurrection. There's a Thief card. And a Page of Pentacles. Who's in charge of AT&T? Oh my gosh. This feels like it's not just this one thing. It's not OANN. It feels like there's more. It's not just the one. It's action taken in other areas too. What the heck? Sorry, my stomach's growling. I don't know why. I had breakfast. Need to have a couple mouthfuls of my protein shake. Michael Grant says, I truly do not believe AT&T would do that. I would think so too. Floating Lotus is saying, have to say goodbye now. Zoom is coming up soon, and I really have to have clothes on. Probably a good idea. AT&T. All right, three cards. Just double check. Is this true? Is the report true? It was a decision. Star. Queen of Wands. Page of Cups. It was a decision that they have money and power. Allison is saying, oh my gosh, now I have to investigate AT&T. Please say it isn't true. Got right in the center. I've got people married to the Trump philosophy and the fascism. And this, oh yeah, we give maybe a little bit of money to Democrats too, to kind of hide what we're doing, but this does not feel good. I really hope that this is, I want to be wrong on this. Holly and Francis Wikipedia says OANN. Oh, it's OANN. Oh, anyway, is owned by Herring Networks. No mention of AT&T. Okay. What do the news headlines actually? AT&T. I want to quick look here at the 90%. This is the Hill 50 minutes ago. 90% of OAN revenue in 2020 came from an AT&T contract. The Verge is saying AT&T is allegedly one American News Network's biggest backers, mostly funded by AT&T. Special report from Reuters. I can't remember how to pronounce that. My brain just apparently is not working today. 3 hours ago, a review of court records showed the role AT&T played in creating and funding OAN, a network that continues to spread controversy. OAN founder chief executive Robert Herring Sr. has testified that the inspiration to launch OAN in 2013 came from AT&T executives. They told us they wanted a conservative network, Herring said during a 2019 deposition. They only had one, which was Fox News, and they had 7 others on their other left-wing side. When they said that, I jumped in and built it. Herring has testified he was offered $250 million for OANN in 2019. AT&T also owns entertainment giant Warner Media, which includes CNN and HBO. Wow. Okay, here. Let me put the link in the description if anybody wants more information. That's breathtaking. All right, so what happens to AT&T now? How do people start boycotting AT&T? Do they start boycotting things that AT&T owns? This guy Herring, he said this under oath in a deposition in 2019. And Routers saw the deposition. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, just fruits of labor, just amass. Tower. Yeah, this is going to be a blow. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands. The problem you're running into is monopoly. You're running into the fact that they own so much. But I don't think this is going to go away. I think there are people who are angry enough that grassroots are going to keep this up. Doxy Mom, cursing like Yosemite Sam right now. Sassafras. Yeah. Yep. Oh boy. Well, that was depressing. We are very disappointed in you, AT&T. We are beyond disappointed in you. Yes, as I am with you, I'm so glad I don't do stuff with AT&T right now. It burns my toast. It really does. It really burns my toast. How can you fund that? I mean, do you have... They know how awful OANN is. They know the awful things they've said. They know what they've said since January 6th. And they're still backing them. Very angry. Very angry. Pluto in Capricorn. Digging down, finding all of the muck that is in Capricorn, bringing it to the surface. Because the best disinfectant actually is sunlight, unless you've got COVID. $54.30. This is interesting. A former White House ethics lawyer has said that Trump can be disqualified from running for president again. So I followed Kristen's link, thank you. And, quote, Donald Trump is disqualified from public office under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And the Justice Department needs to appoint a special prosecutor to prosecute everyone involved in the events of that day. We should not have to deal with his candidacy in 2024. So is the Department of Justice Hello, Department of Justice. Are you going to disqualify Donald Trump in using Section 3 of the 14th Amendment? Please. I like that. Be great. Pluto rooter. Like a roto-rooter? Pluto rooter. I like that. Chris, see? Muck. Oh, going down into the muck. I understand. Okay. Can he be disqualified? Will he be disqualified? Oh, DOJ. Prosecutor for the DOJ, please report to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to disqualify Donald Trump. Thank you. King of Pentacles. King of the Democrats right now. He is. He's going to Ohio? I saved it on my phone. Yes, Shane's saying clean up in Section 14. Clean up in Section 3, Amendment 14. Thank you. 8 of, all the things Trump has done, what he has put out there, this insurrection. Come on, people, come on in. 3 of Swords, that's legal heartache. Page of Swords, trying to bully, but if this feels stronger than this. 4 of Pentacles. Trump's going to drop out because of the money. Because of his money problems. That's what this is. This is a real possibility, but I don't think they're going to have to go there. It feels very much like what takes Trump down is the money. So, Cy Vance, you busy? You got a minute? Oh, boy. Doxy Mom says one of his major donors, Trump's major donors, has defected to Death Santis. Yeah, there's a struggle going on there. We should look at it one of these days. Make a note. See if I can remember. Struggle for power. Let's see if I can get to it at some point. Electra, yes. Why is New York taking so long? All the evidence is there. Yes, and Trump did not make the Forbes 400. Good. Cricket is owned by AT&T. Is it? Fi says clean up Section 14 Orange area toxic spill. Hazmat suits required. 5930. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Speaking of which, 5930. News. Alan Weisselberg likely to claim gross incompetence as prosecutors crank up the pressure on the Trump case. Gross incompetence. His own gross incompetence? What does that mean? I got the pressure on the Trump case. Yeah, I got that. Donald Trump's longtime accountant, Alan Weisselberg, hasn't revealed his legal defense against tax fraud charges, but he has previously claimed incompetence and carelessness to avoid accountability. Daily Beast obtained through public records a complete transcript of Weisselberg's interview in October 2017 with New York prosecutors. Really? Who were investigating an illegal political donation. But his former daughter-in-law said he's anything but incompetent or negligent. He's a liar, she said. Alan is controlling. Oh, so he is saying that he is, I'm just incompetent. I don't know. How could that have happened? How could that detailed ledger have been created? That isn't how you do it? Oh. Right. Called 2 sets of books. Yeah, you're the CFO, but your 2 sets of books didn't. Yeah. Okay. So Alan Weisselberg trying to claim incompetence. I'm picking up a judge with a similar look on their face to what I have on mine. That high priestess, secrets, many, but he created the Excel file. Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Chariot, that is law enforcement. 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Well, now, this is the evidence of how high on the hog they were living. This is law enforcement, major arcana, center of the reading law enforcement coming for Weisselberg and his family and the Trumps. This is, yes, we're going to have this Trump victory. We're going to have this Trump org victory. I'm going to get out of trouble. And this is the prosecutors raining on your parade. Just raining on your parade. Joanne says Weisselberg will fall on his sword for 45 and bank on getting off or light sentence, claiming senility or illness. Well, let's check. Is Weisselberg going to... Is he going to choose his boss over his children? Because that's who they're really going after. Is Weisselberg really going to go? Is he really going to throw his own kids to the wolves to save his boss? He doesn't feel like he has to. Mm-hmm. Really? Oh yeah, the Trump playbook. He's learned from Trump firsthand, up close. Cause chaos, King of Cups, the Sun. That's refusing to cooperate. Sticking with Trump is what has worked in the past. Communicating with Trump. You got to do this. You got to help me. But all of this is stuff coming to light. So for now, he's going to be dragging it out, and but I'm getting panic discussions with Trump. Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty, sitting pretty, sitting pretty. Nothing bad's going to happen to us. It feels panicked, increasing panic. And the company having major financial problems. Other people, the Trump elder kids are there. Trump is off doing political stuff. Insult to injury. Authorities are going to come down on Weisselberg, his kids, the Trump kids, Trump himself. They just are. And Weisselberg's going to feel like Trump's just off doing his political thing while everybody else has to face the music. The music's going to stop, and there's going to be more than one person who's not going to have a seat to hide in. So, oh boy, that can happen anytime now too. Please, anytime soon. We can get movement on the Trump org, movement against the Trump org anytime in the near future. Six of Cups, Hangman, Sun, Magician. Not right now, but when it does, it's going to be a lot to digest. There's going to be a lot. And they're going to be absolutely ready to prosecute it. Okay. 10730. Where are we? 10730. A pro-Trump group that runs CPAC facing federal investigation of its finances. I'm shocked. Color me shocked. So, okay, federal investigators are looking into the finances of the American Conservative Union, the pro-Trump group run by GOP lobbyist Matt Schlapp, which hosts the annual Conservative Political Action Conference. Investigation appears to have been kicked off by a complaint from the Campaign Legal Center, a nonpartisan watchdog group. Federal investigators are currently looking into possible criminal campaign finance misdeeds during Schlapp's tenure. As part of the investigation, the FBI has interviewed former and current ACU employees about the financial dealings, and in particular, knowledge of the events leading up to the endorsement of Brian Kelsey, the Tennessee state senator, whose suspicious campaign financing while running for Tennessee's open 8th congressional district in 2016 caught the eye of federal officials, blah, 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 blah. Schlapp and the American Conservative Union. I'm surprised there isn't patriot and freedom and America in that name. Michael, yes. Schlapp, Schwab. Sheesh. Oh, Schlappy. Schlappy, Schlappy, Schlappy. Gonna be in trouble? Potential for a whole lot of legal pain. 10 legal swords in the metaphorical back. Oh yeah, get people to victory. Wheel of Fortune. King of Cups. Tower. 4 of we'll get these Republicans to victory. This is fate saying, oh, nay, nay. This is Democratic leaders who are actually in power. This is bringing down your committee and with huge fines and possible personal fines. This is a blowing the tower down and a severe lack of funds. It does not look good for Schlappy. Try saying that. Schlappy. It's fun. Holly and Francis saying Schlapp is one of those holier than thou slime balls. Okay. But you personally, Matt Schlapp. Matt Schlapp or Matt? The wheel of fortune will raise you up, and if you are cruel, or sometimes even if you're not, it will also bring you down and crush you underneath if you've been bad. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. Oh, it was just a little money. It was illegal, but it's just a little money. I mean, what's the big deal? This is Democrats quite pleased with the situation, and that is they're quite pleased that there's some actual justice, and it's big justice. That hurts. Legally, that hurts a lot. Bye. Okay. 112:30. Janelle had a question. Will Mike Flynn be arrested before the end of the year? Oh, we haven't looked at him in a while. Oh, Flynn. General Trader. Mike Flynn. Mike Flynn, are you going to be arrested in 2021? Seven of Wands. He's going to be on the defensive. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. He thinks he's sitting pretty. There's evidence of wrongdoing somewhere being collected, but it's not this year. This is him sitting pretty right in the center. That's all I'm getting. Hey, Nanette saying McConnell just agreed to a debt increase until December. Well, I'll have to look at the astrology of that, see what's going on. Thank you. Pamela saying Kathy L., formerly Wondering Eyes, was a moderator. You might want to make her a moderator as well. Oh, absolutely. Just have to find Kathy L. Have you made a comment recently? Just having a quick moment away from the muck. If you wouldn't mind commenting again, because I'm having trouble finding. Renier is saying Flynn will flash his pardon around. Ain't gonna work. True. Yeah, McConnell kicking it down the road. Yeah. Joanne, did the ghost of Christmas past pay a visit to Mitch? He's just kicking it down the road. That's all it is. It's not that long from now. 2 months. Okay. And Kristen has new Senator Joe Manchin rejects filibuster change to raise the debt limit. And here we are. 1:15:30. Stella was asking, will Congress pass legislation to regulate social media, including but not limited to amending Section 230 to revoke the immunity provision from lawsuits for websites? Will Congress pass legislation to regulate, well, to get rid of some of the immunity that, say, Facebook has? Congress regulates social media, take away some of their immunity. There's push for it. That's what it feels like. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, lobbyists. Oh, lobbyists. Eight of Swords. Page of Wands. 10 of Wands. Ace of Swords. Lover's card. Well, with the Facebook whistleblower, yeah, Facebook promoting all of this right-wing stuff. Basically, they by allowing these messages through, they've pushed people like me and like many of you off of Facebook. And it may be short term, making money, but I don't check in with my aunts and uncles anymore. And it feels like you better cut this out so people can reconnect with family and you've got a future for your business, because in a sense, this is, let's put it this way. There was a really good, there was something somebody said after The Passion of the Christ was released, that film about the last days of the life of Yahshua of Nazareth. What this person said was, the Catholic Church is all for no sex under any circumstances. That's all bad and horrible and what have you, even if it's between loving people. But they're totally down with torture porn. Just torture. Vile, disgusting torture. Totally down with that. Totally down with kids seeing that. And I think that they have a point. My opinion, I think they have a point. The people who are saying this. Facebook, what they embraced here, this was just disinformation, pornography, in a way, in a sense. Just the extreme, and that short-term thinking. If you want people back, you've got to give up this addiction you have. Torture porn, yeah. It's just, even if it's not I'm not going to go more deeper into explaining that, but Weezy Squeezebox says, never been on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, however. Facebook owns Instagram, yeah. I'm on both. For this, for Book Art Media, but I don't reconnect with friends and things like that. Zuckerberg, you moron. You robotic moron. short-sighted, robotic moron. Then again, no, that's just being mean. Knight of Wands, King of Cups, Four of Swords. You're cruising for a bruising. You're headed for trouble. You know, as that guy on TikTok, his catchphrase, "Don't be a dum dum." Zuckerberg's a dum dum. He's being a dum dum, and he's headed in bad directions. So, oh boy. Okay, where are we? 1:21:30. 1:21:30. Catherine Ross was asking, in our lifetimes, will we see the U.S. split into multiple nations? Will we see the U.S. split into multiple nations or countries? Because a nation doesn't necessarily have to have a border like a country does. Let's see. The U.S. split. The stars on the flag. How many stars are there going to be? Ace of Swords. 10 of Cups. Justice card. 10 of Wands. Hermit. Yeah, this is Democrats using the sword of truth to move forward. This, a burden, isolated, facing justice, facing courts, burden, isolation. This does not bode well for someone who wants to break away. And geographically, they've got issues too, because you could try to take the center of, center west of the country, but then you'd be landlocked. So you could try to take Florida, but how do you connect? There are geographical issues high, not to mention number issues, that anyone trying to start a civil war today would have that they didn't have in the 1860s, because the country was only so big, and there was the North and there was the South. But anyway, here we are. Lecter says it's also against the Constitution, I read. They won't even wear masks in a pandemic. I'm not setting the bar real high on what I expect from them. But anyway, that's going to do it for me today. I've covered 12 questions. We're going to work out this thing so that you are not frustrated, or you're not as frustrated. All right. Do not leave questions in the community post. I won't see them. You can leave some questions in the comments below the video. I will check there. But I'll see what I can do. All right, we're going to work it out, because your questions are important to me and you're important to me. And I'm here 365 days of the year. So, okay, I care. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Oh, Judy's saying it's almost 1:40. Thank you for reminding me. I do need to go. But I am done. So at 4 o'clock, I'll be over at Book Art Media on that channel to do creative sprints, get some work done, creative work done. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. So thank you. Oh, and I was going to quickly, I was going to show you my pin because it's really pretty. Here, look. Isn't that pretty? And yes, that's some kind of little flying thing there, some nature. So, all right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow.